the power lies on their side. Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Mighty Morphin Power Rangers!
Hi, I'm Arran, and today I am reviewing the third party Power Ranger figure, which is called the Albino Tiger. Now, there's a reason why it's called that, is to get away with copyright issues. Basically, they were at Morphin. Okay, onto the review. So, what it is it's the MMPR 1995 movie White Ranger, which is absolutely awesome. I have had it out the box once to see what it's like, and it's amazing, which you guys will see in a minute. So what I'll do is I'll give you a turn around of the box, if I can find the on button. Sorry guys. So on the box you get a picture of the White Ranger in kind of a shiny picture, or shiny thing. I don't actually know what it's called, to be fair. And on the side of the box you get some lightning, which is very reminiscent of the movie, and I mean very reminiscent. And on the back it tells you about the figure and or legal rights, rather, I should say. And this, by the way guys, is by a company called Toys Battalion, and it's a 1/6 scale figure, which is absolutely fantastic. I really do love it. And it also goes well with 3/0 figures because it's the same size. I really do love it, I really do. Now, when these first got announced, I wasn't sure whether I was going to like them. So what I did was I got this one to see whether I liked them, and I do, I absolutely love them. So I am going to get the rest. I'm going to get the whole set, but there's a couple of figures I am going to pass on. So they are also doing the Ninjetti suit Rangers, you know, just when they're in the material suits. I'm only getting the JDF one of those because, one, it's JDF, and you know what I'm like with JDF guys. But the main reason is the faces are pretty bad, to be fair. They do not look like the characters. They really don't. Particularly the White Ranger one that I'm going to get really does not look like JDF. It really doesn't. But the cool thing is when they have like their whole get up on their face, I don't know what you call that, I'm guessing kind of face mask and hood sort of thing. you can't tell that it doesn't look like JDF, because obviously it's all covered up. All you can see is the eyes, which is okay. So I am going to get those ones, that one rather, but the rest I'm going to pass on because I don't think they're going to be any good. And one last thing before I get this one out of the box. The Kimberly version of the Ninjetti figure, not only does that not look like Kimberly, there's two main things that are wrong with it. The wrong colour hair, and also she's not got the gloves on her hands. And the weird thing is, the JDF one does come with the glove ones on its hand, so it's kind of weird, but so those I'm going to pass on other than JDF, and I'll quickly tell you where I got this from. I got this one from eBay because at the time I didn't know of any other site that did them. So I got this one off of eBay. It came from China because that's where the company is. And it took about 21 days to get to me. But anyway, let's get it out of the box, shall we? So here he is out on the turntable. Before I give you a turnaround of him, I'll just tell you a couple of things about him and about the other thing I've got on the table with me. So he does have a lot more accessories. He has hands and stuff. But like I've done in my last couple of videos, I'm going to put them on the high riser because it's easier. But he also comes with a stand, which is in two pieces. So this is a separate piece, which I will show you. And also you can lift it up like that, which allows you to make that figure higher or lower. Sorry guys. And if that does happen, the wire just does slide back in, but you have to pinch it to get it to slide back in. But I'm not sure whether I'm gonna use this stand yet, because I don't like the way these stands are, because there's no polite way of saying this really. These bits have to go basically in the crutch area to stand the figure up. But I may not use the stand, but I'll show you the base bit of it now. Make sure I'm holding it up the right way. Yes. Yes, I am. So this is the base bit. There's nothing on the front. It does give you an opportunity, if you do use the stand, to put like a label on it or a sticker on it saying who it is. So you could put like Tommy Oliver 1995 movie White Ranger. Or if you wanted to, you could just put the MMPR movie logo. But it is just basically a plastic stand, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll tap it. But I don't know how visible this is going to be on camera, but it does have its morpher there. And the power coin in the middle. But I would much rather, to be fair, to have the morpher, yes, I like that idea, but to have it in colour. I think colour would look a lot better. And what I said about the stand being plastic, I will show you now. I hope you can hear that. So I don't know whether I'm going to use this stand or not. I haven't quite decided yet. And these whole bits here are for the top main bit of the stand that the finger will stand on. They clip into there, which I'm not going to do just yet because I haven't decided whether I'm going to use the stand yet. But what I'll try and do, if I can, without clipping it in, is I'm gonna hold it because I don't want to clip it straight in. But this is kind of say how it would go, and then you lift the wire piece up and plonk the figure on it, and that is how it would look. But as I said, I don't know if I'm going to use this stand yet. I may or may not. But what I'm going to do is, if I don't use the stand, so what I'll do is I'll probably keep these stands just in case I change my mind and do decide to use them. So now I'm going to show you the main figure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this off the table and put it to the side here. So I'm going to give you a turn around of him now. And also, just really quickly, he doesn't necessarily need a stand if you don't want him to have one, because as you can see, he does stand perfectly fine on his own, and he also doesn't wobble. But I'm probably going to, well, I haven't decided yet, it depends where I'm going to put him. I'm probably going to use a stand, but I'm also going to have to be careful because I don't want to mark the suit. I really don't want to mark the suit because basically there is no way of getting the suit off and washing it or anything. It is, I think it looks glued on to me. I can't tell for 100%, but I think it's probably glued on. So yes, there is no way you can get the suit off, at least not easily anyway. So I will say, be careful of this, make sure you don't mark the suit. And if you are really worried about the suit, then wear white gloves. But I'm not too worried with this suit because I'm not really going to be touching it that often. But anyway, I'll give you a turnaround of him, and then there's a couple of things that are missing, but I'll tell you at the end after I've done the turnaround. So here he is going around. The side looks absolutely perfect, the arm looks perfect, top of the shield looks perfect, the arm cuffs looks perfect. I'm going to be saying perfect quite a lot in this review, guys. And coming round to the back of him, back of the shield looks perfect. The back of the suit looks absolutely amazing, it really does. I love it, I really do. And the helmet looks, I think, perfect, apart from the white mouth. The mouthpiece should be silver, but I have a white mouth, and this seems to be on all the White Ranger figures, so I'm thinking I might paint it, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And again, coming around to the other side now, the other side of the shield is perfect. By the way, there's some question about how the boots are, whether they're cracked or not, and they are cracked, perfectly cracked, and I don't know why some people have questioned them. They are perfectly cracked, and the reason I know that is I've seen the one. There's two reasons I know that. One, I've watched the movie and I've seen how they looked on the movie. But I also know that JDF, Jason David Frank, also has, or had, or actually does have, because Tammy has them, does have the boots from the ones he wore on the show, on the movie rather. Sorry. So yes, the boots are correct. There are a few bits that aren't right on them, but I'll explain that in a minute. The power coin on the shield is perfectly correct, and I love it. Now, there's also been some question about the coins not all on this figure anyway. The coins not being the bright gold, basically. And I do kind of agree. I think this one is a yellowy gold. Whereas if you look at the other figures they've released so far, they have been corrected. And they are like the gold they should be on the show. So, the things that aren't, well, they're not wrong, but they're not really cracked either, and I will double check this on the film before I do this and I'll say if they're correct in the film or not. I think the arm cuffs and the boots in the little, don't know what you call them, lines, should have black outlines in them. So I've just double checked to see if I was right about the lines on the cuffs and the boots having black in them, which I am, because if you look at the White Ranger movie cardboard cutout behind me, you can see that it's correct. And also another thing that is wrong is, I'll turn it a little bit so you can see. I'll turn it this way. The V on the arm cuff on both sides should have got like a gold trim around them, and they don't. Which is, pardon me, sorry guys, it is a little disappointing, but the one thing that really does kind of bother me, there's three things to be fair. The silver on the, excuse me, the mouthpiece on the helmet not being silver, and it should be silver. As you can see on the cardboard cutout behind me, it should be silver. So I may or may not correct that, I don't know yet. I probably will, knowing me. And also, there's two other things with this that do stick out to me quite badly. The coin being a yellowy gold rather than a gold like it is on the cardboard cutout, which you can see behind me just here, which this cardboard cutout I have had for years, by the way, guys. And I know someone's bound to ask me, no, it's not for sale. Neither this or the cardboard cutout is for sale, so don't ask about either, because I'm not selling them. So, and also the other really, really glaring thing for me is the morpher. I'll turn him straight so you can see him. The morpher should be silver, a bright silver, and that's quite a big disappointment for me, because obviously that is basically the real noticeable thing. Well, the whole thing is noticeable, but obviously the morph is the main part of the Power Rangers. So that also kind of bothers me, so I might correct that as well. Now, there's two things that I'm not going to do the articulation, and also the bottom of the boots. But the bottom of the boots are gold. With a very nice detail on the bottom, to be fair. And this thing is also quite heavy. And if I turn him round, just check this one does have it, yes it does. The belt, all the belts, do come off because they're velcroed. They're velcroed on. So they do come off, which will come in handy if I do decide to do the Morphin, which I'm going to, probably knowing me. Also, one quick thing about these is not all the helmets are cracked. They're like the wrong shape or done like the TV show rather than the movie show. But Wild Ranger 5, who is a prop and suit maker based in the UK, is doing replacement helmets for these, and he's corrected them so they are correct. So I will probably eventually do those depending on how much they are and if he sells them as a set, which he normally does when he does stuff like this. And it also depends on how much he is charging. Now, for these, if he's charging like maybe £100, I'll pay that. But I paid like 100 because that's what I paid for these figures. I paid £100 for this figure. Anyway, I'm going to show you the accessories now, and what I'll do is I'll also show you him holding the Saba dog. I need to talk about Saba first. But let's move on to the accessories. So these are the accessories. He's got quite a lot of hands, as you can see. They are very, very shiny. And as for the Saba, well, the Saba is completely wrong. I don't know how they've managed to do this. The head is gold, and even the face is gold, which it should be silver. So I don't know how they managed to get that wrong. And even the blade is gold, and they've got that wrong too. Now, if you're buying this figure directly from them, you'll get a replacement Saba. They're remaking them, and they'll send you out a replacement. But if you don't get it from them, then you'll have to do what I'm going to do and try and repaint my Saba, or at least the bits that are gold. But anyway, I'll show you him holding Saba now. So here he is holding Saba, which I will give you a turn around of him holding Saba in a second. But there's a couple of things I need to tell you first. One, the hands are a bit of a pain in the backside to change out. It's very fiddly, but it is very fiddly, and it will take some time to do. So you just got to be patient. but it is very, very fiddly. So be warned. And as you can see what I mean, as you can see what I said about Saba, his head is the wrong colour. Well, his whole face and his head is the wrong colour. Blade is the wrong colour as well, unfortunately. I don't know what happened there, because if they looked at the movie or the show, they would have seen the head is silver and the blade is silver. So I don't know what happened there, so that's quite unfortunate. But like I said before, I give you the turnaround of him, the hands are very, very difficult to change. It takes a little bit of fiddling, and also one thing I didn't see on the box is I didn't see a age of the person who was meant to get this, which is kind of weird because there's normally an age on these boxes, but it might be because it's a third party item that they don't have to put that thing. What people have said about it being unlicensed, which could be possible, I don't know, but the fact that Hasbro are even letting them get away with this, but then because they've changed the name of it and stuff, that could be how they get away with it. Or Hasbro knows and has told them that the only thing they can't do with these figures is market them as MMPR figures. But anyway, I'll give you a turnaround of him now holding Saba on the turntable. Looks absolutely fantastic. He really does. I love him, I really do. I do, as I say, highly, highly recommend him. Not for kids though, I would definitely say. And it is disappointing that Saba is incorrect. That's actually really disappointing. But I am going to try and crack that myself, to be fair, at some point. I'll hold him for the rest of this review. Oh, let me get his legs straight. That's better. I'll hold him for the rest of this. This is just an add-on to the review that I did of this Toys Battalion movie White Ranger. I'm going to add this on to the end. Because as I said in the main review, I said I was going to do some of the missing paint that was missing, and also I said I correct Saba. So I'm going to show you Saba first. Let me hold him like this to start with. So as you can see here by the face, hopefully you can see, we've painted his face the correct colour, we've done the red eyes, and and we've even done some of the detail on his head, on the top of his head that was incorrect, and we've also done the blade, and we've painted that so it's correct as well. So I'm glad we did that, because it would have been a whole pain in the backside having to reach out to them and get them to send me another one. And I will give you a turnaround of him quick in a minute. So we've done the bit on the arm cuffs, the little zigzaggy V bit, as I like to call it, because it looks like a V. So we've done the outline of that in gold like it is on the show, on the movie rather, and we've done that on both arms, or both hands rather. But yeah, we've done that on the arm cuffs. We've also repainted his mouth silver, because his mouth was the wrong colour silver. It was actually white, believe it or not. It should be silver. Which is a bit of a shame, but we repainted it. And we've also, I don't know how clear you can see this, but we've also done the Morphin silver as well, like it should be. But the one thing I find slightly disappointing with these, I'm going to put it here so you can see me, is you pay all that money for these and you have to correct them. Because I think I paid about 145, maybe 160 quid for this. And I had to correct the issues, which isn't good. It's just not good when you pay all that money for it. And another thing I will say actually as well, just to point it out, because we've now worked out. Now, some people on YouTube and other places that I follow have said that it's difficult to get the hands back on the figure if you change the hands over. Which, yes, it is, I agree with you on that. But the arm cuffs, the gauntlets, actually pull up a bit, which allow you to clip the hands on, and then you can pull the arm cuffs down so it hides the ball joint. So that is how you can fix that issue. But yeah, it's really good. I love it. I am going to be getting all of these. But yes, my ratings on this figure are, to be fair, since there's never been a company that has ever released a movie suit in a larger scale like this, I am going to give it even with its issues, I am going to give it a 10 out of 10. Because this is absolutely amazing, and this has been a dream of mine for years, of having a movie suit Ranger in this size. I do love it, I really do. Anyway guys, that's the end of this review, and I will catch you in the next one.